I have a lot to say. Hey guys, I'm doing a video out of pure rage. Ready to go? Let's get into it. Today we're going to be talking about how pretty much everyone has taken Mike Hanlon's attributes and put it into Bill Denbroughs, and it's gone completely under our noses because they're fairly similar characters. And also, we don't care about Mike Hanlon. Why? Racism. I'm going to be mostly talking about the book throughout this, by the way. So if I say like Mike Hanlon was in a Catholic school, it's because in the book he's in a Catholic school. I'm pretty sure it's a Catholic school. I don't think it's a Christian. It's a Catholic school. Mike Hanlon is a pretty grown-up kid. He grew up with his father telling him the horrific stories of white supremacy in the town. He goes to a Catholic school with not a lot of people, and they all kind of are weird about Mike. He also has been viciously bullied his whole life, because as Stephen King said himself, Henry hates all the children, hates all the losers, hates all the losers. But in particular, but the most out of all of them, the one that like he would kill is Mike. And why? Because he's a big old racist! Bill Denbroughs is a character who had a pretty vanilla life. He has his friends who are Stan and Eddie and Richie, and then later he has other friends after finding out the horrific death of his brother, Georgie. This causes his family to be silent and not a happy place. And it makes Bill a pretty terrifying leader in return. Now, as much as people love to romanticize Bill's character and they love to make him look like he's this leader that's super understanding and super soft and super nice, he's like the worst. Now, I'm not gonna undermine the fact— oh my god, I thought that was an alarm, but that was just my chair. Now, I'm not gonna undermine the fact that Bill's brother dies, because obviously that's super traumatic and no one should have to go through that. But, like, if we're just, like, leveling things out here, Mike is in constant fear of him and his family's life because white supremacists live beside him. Which one is scarier? Say hello. Okay, I don't want to, tally up points and say who's had a harder life, but Mike has clearly had the harder life. But the thing is that Bill takes credit for everything. Our overall glossed idea of the books and the miniseries and the movie is that Bill fearlessly led his friends to defeat Pennywise and the bullies, when in reality, Mike did those things. Now, okay. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. But I haven't finished it yet, and I feel like I'm not going to, out of pure rage. It's literally sitting right here. And I kind of don't want to, because this has just gotten to so much just terribleness, and the adults are so boring, and I don't want to read about them, but I don't want to just read the children's part either. So I'm going through a lot right now, and I'd appreciate you just like let me live. But here's the thing. Mike is the reader. He's the one that found out about the history of the town, the ritual of Chud, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he did. Mike. If it's Ben, please correct me in the comments and then completely discredit this part right here. He figures out, the fire thing, the ritual of Chud. He stays in Derry and he takes meticulous notes as to every crime that has happened in this town. And then he proceeds 27 years later to call his friends back so they can fight this once and for all. I'm just saying, that sounds like a leader to me. What has Bill done? Bill, sure, he has pretty much like joined together the Losers Club. I'll give him that one. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later though. He threw the slingshot. Oh no, Beverly did that. He saw the smoke signals. Oh no, that was Mike and Richie. He encouraged morale. And then 27 years he became a writer and has had a loveless marriage. Oh, and then he proceeds to come back to the town, you know, forgetting that all of this had happened, and then has an affair with Beverly.
Hey guys, cute selfie just to remind you guys that I don't mean it's his fault he forgot, because, like, obviously he couldn't control that, but it's more like Mike forced himself to remember. Yeah, that's it.
Yup. Now the thing is one of my favorite chapters in the book is the Rock War, which is a crazy chapter. It's not fun. Anytime I'm like, oh, I love that chapter, and they're like, oh, which chapter? I'm like, oh, the one where the bullies, like, assault the children, and the children literally kill the bullies. It's like, it's not fun. But anyway, it's Mike. He's coming. This part is blanking on me, but he's like coming from somewhere. I think it's from school. The bullies see him and they're like, ooh, we're gonna get him. And they get close enough where he doesn't notice. And then they attack him, but he runs away quick enough where they won't grab him. They end up at the train track. Then he proceeds to throw coal at them, pelleting them with no mercy. And when you kind of think about this, you're like, okay, fair, like, I would do the same thing if a bunch of guys were, like, going to attack me, who've attacked me for, like, so long. When you think about that, that is so badass. This guy, for generations, mind you, has been repeatedly assaulted and attacked by these white men, by Henry Bauer's family in particular, and he's standing up for himself. And he's winning. They're getting affected by this. And it takes them a while to, like, get back on their feet. Enough time for him to run away. He gets stuck on a fence. So Henry has enough time to kind of, like, grab him for a second, hurt him. But Mike still manages to get off. I'm pretty sure he had more coal with him. And what did he do again? Didn't he, like, shove his, like, I don't remember. But anyway, like, brutally attacks them. And then he ends up at the losers, because the losers just happen to be close nearby. And he's like, ah. And then and then Bill's like, I got you. And then, essentially, takes credit for all of Mike's hard work and does the Rock War. And it's like, and Mike doesn't even lead this Rock War. He's just happy to stand off to the side after, again, he's been building up to this moment, this whole chapter, but then it proceeds to just be handed to Bill. Now, I don't know if I'm overanalyzing this situation.
Do I think I'm overanalyzing the situation? Ha! Good one.
But that's fucked up. How Bill is the one who is getting credit for all of the hard work that Mike has put into all of this. Because he's the leader. He's the assigned leader. Now let's get into fanfiction, because fanfiction is really where I have some beef. Because it's like Stephen King, you can't really rewrite the book that, is it. But in fanfiction, the biggest ships in the it fandom, this sounds so stupid, but whatever, are Reddy. Reddy is like number one, god tier. Number two is Stenbro. Stenbro and Reddy are the ones that really get the most popular. I think it's really just because people like them skinny white boys. But I never really understood Stenbro and why it was appealing, interesting, why you would ship it. I don't know, I just didn't see the appeal. Then I kind of read some more and I saw really why people shipped it. And the reason is because Bill is way nicer in fanfiction. He's not as demanding. He's sweet. He's kind and considerate to all of his friends' needs. And he's shy. And he won't even like say a single word because he's just so shy. Which, by the way, I don't like that, because I feel like a lot of people think that people with speech impediments have to be this quiet character because they don't want to speak. And I think Stephen King did a really good job of making Bill a character who's kind of defying that. And I guess that's like, well, that's the whole point of the It kids, is that they all have their flaw, their weakness, but they rise against it. And Bill rising against it is, he is like the leader in the group. But in these fan fictions, it's like, oh, he's just the quiet nerd that is just sitting by the side and reading. And by the way, I feel like a lot of people also take his bits from Ben and they make him the poet. I'm like, Bill was never a poet. Your hair is winter fire, January embers. My heart burns there too. Like, oh, Bill writes poetry for Stan. I'm like, when did we ever say that Bill wrote poetry? Are you like, he's an author, therefore poet? Those are not the same. So, I kind of realized after a while, after reading these Denbrough fics, and I was like, I kind of like this pairing. But then you watch the movie or you read the book and you're like, but they like never talk. And they are like not interested in each other. And then I realized it was because they have taken all of Mike's character traits and put it into Bill. I know I just blew your freaking mind. So, let me explain before y'all just, Denbroughers actually crucify me. Mike, his character is soft. He's a Catholic boy. His parents taught him to be a noble, good person, even though all the trials and tribulations in his life totally justify his actions to not be that. He is a historian. He's a big-ass nerd. He's a hard worker. He's all the things that sometimes people like to give to Bill. Mike is much more the one that would sit in the corner of the party. Mike is much more the one who would not be super confident talking about his feelings, because he's much more interested in everyone else, and he cares so much more about other people than he really does focus on himself. And I could see that with Mike. Two characters who have grown up too fast, religion is a large part of their lives, who are a little more old-fashioned with the way they think and perceive things, who are very analytical, but they also have fun little quirks that they can bounce off each other, like Stan doesn't like being dirty, but he also likes being neat, so he would love helping out at the farm, but he would complain the whole time, and Mike would think that's really cute and endearing. Mike loves hearing people's stories, and Stan is someone who very obviously in the book has depression and would need to be heard from someone. That's why I see them. Is it a perfect pairing? No, absolutely not. But is it more convincing to me than Denbrough? Very much. If that what I just described to you is what you think Denbrough feels like, then you're reading an essentially whitewashed Stanley fanfiction. This is the nerdiest sentence I've said in a good while. I'm gonna stop this video here because I really want to eat some chili, but I'm gonna leave you with this. A lot of people really make sure to put online like, oh, this user love and appreciates Mike Hanlon. Oh, I love Mike Hanlon. Here's an appreciation post for him. But we never see actual content for Mike. And that sucks, because it's that very much that white person feels bad guilt thing, where they're like, oh, all my ships are white people from this fandom, and there's the one black kid. I'll just say I appreciate him, and everyone will think I appreciate him. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and leave a comment telling me if you enjoyed it. I filmed this video once and then I didn't like it because it was a mess, because I usually do these scripted, but like scripted, loosely scripted. But today I just got so mad that I couldn't even write about this topic. But then all my energy drained as I filmed this video. And I haven't eaten in a while, so I should probably eat. I'm gonna have some chile. Your comments mean a lot to me. You know I love you and appreciate you. Thank you for all the love I've been getting lately. Oh, and thank you for all the memes. Here's another meme that I found the other day. Guys, I'm becoming a meme. Oh yeah, feel free to fight me in the comments. I feel like I'm getting a lot of negativity on this video and I'm ready for it. Bye guys.